One Piece!
Since the beginning of the story of One Piece, Luffy's Straw Hat was portrayed to be something special. Luffy got the Straw Hat from Red Hair Shanks, who actually got the Straw Hat from Goldie Roger. For a long time it was more like a symbolic thing, like a crown, but then the reverie happened. We learned there is a giant Straw Hat in a secret chamber in Marijois. Recently, Oda opened up about the state of One Piece in a TV special. Fuji TV did a piece on touring the artist's massive Japanese home, and Oda did an interview as well, where he touched upon when One Piece will end. Oda revealed the story of the Straw Hat Pirates will be coming to an end, likely within the next 5 years. However, this begs the question of how the saga with all its plot threads and ideas can be wrapped up in half of a decade. If this is indeed the case, then it would make sense on why the flashback of Wano and Odin is so important to potentially wrap things up. But what other arcs can there be besides the final war that can fit into these final years? Of course, before I drag on about this, I'll give the answer. It will be Elbaf, which will be placed in between Wano and the final war arc. Elbaf is a kingdom inhabited by giants and is considered to be the strongest country in the world due to its army famed for its strength. It was first mentioned during the Little Garden arc and was Usopp's desired destination. It was shown for the first time in a flashback during the Whole Cake Island, so Oda does not want us to forget it so easily. Not only in this arc that we'll finally learn about the giants, but also about another mysterious character, Joyboy, the giant. Enjoy the video. Joyboy was a giant, the first pirate king. Hi everyone, Flying Panda. Before we begin, please click like on the video and subscribe if you haven't, and of course, join our Discord. Another of my favorite characters to explore, and as I do, I keep learning new things. In my previous video about Joyboy, I explained that there were connections to Joyboy and a Hindu king in Java, whose importance to the history of Indonesia is also known for his prophecies, particularly regarding the future of Java. Jayabaya, or Joyoboyo, was believed to have had a powerful magical talent which led to his ability to see far into the past and far into the future. Joyoboyo and Joyboy, the similarities do not stop there because of his ability to see the future. Please check out that video if you haven't already. Since that video, we have discovered that Rafdale is now confirmed to be Laughdale, so would it make sense that Joyboy was not a real name as well? But due to the connection with Joyoboyo, we will keep this name for now. My main belief that Joyboy was indeed a king from the past, and that doesn't change. Now on to the main theory. In the last page of One Piece 903, it shows a straw hat, but what is its meaning? Im-sama seems to be comparing Luffy's wanted poster to the straw hat in the locked up cell. From this chapter, it is believed that the straw hats could be connected to the ancient kingdom. But one thing for sure is that the straw hat is massive. Now that's when I went crazy Flying Panda theory mode. What if Joyboy was a giant or even a titan? A massive straw hat, and of course his connection with Poseidon, who was also massive. What if they were past lovers, a promise to his lover to bring her people to the surface? Anyways, let's calm down and look at the possibilities. As I mentioned, the giants of Elbaf will be important to the future of One Piece, and it would fit perfectly if Joyboy was a giant. However, based from my research, there seem to be many other myths and legends is starting to be confusing. For example, the giants of Elbaf, which the land spelled backwards is fable, and the culture appears to be based off that medieval Scandinavian with references to Norse mythology. and this is obvious from the Prince of Elbaf's name, Loki, which is confirmed. However, Big Mom's attacks are based on Greek mythology, Zeus and Prometheus. So I had to try to fit in Joyboy the giant somewhere. Then I was reminded that not all giants are from Elbaf. According to Jaguar D Soul, not all giants are from Elbaf, and they did not share the same beliefs of the island's residents, which is deemed barbaric. Then a connection came to mind. What if Joyboy was a titan? First, let me explain the difference between a giant and a titan. That giants is a mythical human of very great size, while titan is something or someone of very large structure, greatness or godliness. So we are now back to Greek mythology again. Let's begin. A long time ago, in the Greek times, the gods were immortal. They were at peace and were protecting the humans. Until one day, the Mother Earth goddess called Gaia was a very selfish goddess. She worked all the monsters, all and her sons, the titans and the giants. Joyboy was one of these titans. So stay with me now. Zeus and the other gods knew what happened. They panicked because they never tried to defeat the giants and titans at the same time. Because Zeus' stubbornness, he ordered all the gods to attack the giants and the titans. After a long battle, the gods were all tired out, though Zeus kept on telling them to fight head on. The demon gods on the land saw what was happening on Olympus. All the demon gods discussed a plan and voted to help Olympus or not. All the demigods shouted for the gods will help them to defeat their enemies. Now I believe that Marijua is Mount Olympus and was Joyboy's previous home. Marijua is on the top of the red line, so like Olympus was on Mount Olympus. I believe the gods, like Zeus, overthrown the titans and became the new rulers. In this case, in One Piece, the gods are known as the Celestial Dragons, and they overthrown Joyboy and his people. Does it starting to make sense now? Joyboy was the Kronos, who was the youngest son of Uranus and Gaia, the leader of the first generation of Titans, and for a brief period, the ruler of all gods and men, overthrown by his son Zeus. Now if we link this to One Piece, was Im-sama the Zeus in this story? With all this thunder power of Zeus, you think that it will be Enel who's the Zeus of this story, or is he? Is Enel a reincarnation of the god Zeus? Are Enel and Im connected? Enel is the former god of Skypiea. In both abilities and designs, particularly the Tomo drum set into his back, he strongly invokes the classical Japanese storm deity, Raijin. His elongated earlobes also represent those of most Buddha's depictions. Im is an extremely high-ranking individual in the world government whose even the 5 elders bow down to, and the one who sits on the empty throne. However, Im's existence is a secret to the rest of the world. When written in katakana, Im's name is composed of 2 radicals comprising the characters, which means Buddha. These two already have connections based on the appearance and the name Buddha. So it could be that the previous ancestors of Enel and the same immortal Im-sama took down Joyboy, just like the Greek gods defeated the Titans. That's a lot to think about, right? Poseidon was also one of those Greek gods, but based on what we know is that her and Joyboy had a promise together. Was it his lover or was it his daughter? All these gods were the sons of Kronos. I feel I'm onto something, but just not there yet, but I hope you enjoy this theory so far. To add, there are many connections to the ancient weapons as well, like Uranus was the father of Kronos, so Joyboy must have some connections with that ancient weapon, like he already has connections with the other ancient weapon, Poseidon. But what about Pluton? Well, we did an old theory of this a few years ago. Even though the writing upon the blueprints of Pluton are written in the ancient language, you can just make out the words Joyboy. Seems Oda was hiding this in plain sight all along. Now it could seem obvious to some that Joyboy made Pluton, some might have even guessed. But let's not forget that at the time of the reveal of the blueprints, we had no knowledge of Joyboy, so it fell into speculation that it was created by the ancient people. This weapon will be used to destroy the Red Line. Now to end off, remember I was talking about Norse mythology, about elbaf's giant. Well, Im is the name of a giant appearing in Norse mythology, so I believe there are connections with Imsama and Loki. Would that mean that the giants of elbaf will be working with the world government? Why would elbaf team up with the world government? It's Loki, the deceiver. Loki is a deceiver god in Norse mythology. And you know, Old loves his pop culture references and has likely seen the tricks of Loki from the Marvel Comics universe films. In fact, they might team up with them without the people of elbaf even realizing it. Yes, Loki is going to be another Orochi type character. We already know he's going to look stupid judging by his silhouette. Fun fact, Luffy's name sounds like Luffy, the king of the frost giants, are Jotunheim. Interesting, right? What can the connections Luffy have here? Or is the name just a coincidence? Anyways, thanks for watching the video. Please leave your comments down below. Please click like, and if you haven't, please subscribe to Flying Panda and join our Discord. The road to 100k subs begins this year.